ॐ वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथस्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथस्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। You can repeat from this the mantra, from the fifth mantra of the first section of the Dvitiya Mundaka. Tasmadagnis samitho yasya suryah
तस्मादग्निः समिदो यस्य सूर्यः
सोमात् पर्जन्य ओषधयः पृथिव्याम्
सोमात् पर्जन्य ओषधयः पृथिव्याम्
पुमान् रेतः सिञ्चति योषितायाम्
पुमान् रेतः सिञ्चति योषितायाम्
बह्वीः प्रजाः पुरुषात् सम्प्रसूताः
बह्वीः प्रजाः पुरुषात् सम्प्रसूताः
तस्माद्रचः साम यजुगुंषि दीक्षाः
तस्माद् यजुषाः
यज्ञाश्च सर्वे क्रतवो दक्षिणाश्च
यज्ञाश्च सर्वे कृतवो दक्षिणाश्च
संवत्सरश्च यजमानश्च लोकाः
संवत्सरश्च यजमानश्च लोकाः
सोमो यत्र भवते यत्र सूर्यः
सोमो यत्र भवते यत्र सूर्यः
तस्माच्च देवा बहुधा सम्प्रसूताः
तस्माच्च देवा बहुधा सम्प्रसूताः
साध्या मनुष्याः पशवो वयांसि
साध्या मनुष्याः पशवो वयांसि
प्राणापानो व्रीहियौ तपश्च
प्राणापानौ व्रीयौ तपश्च
श्रद्धा सत्यं ब्रह्मचर्यं विधिश्च
श्रद्धा सत्यं ब्रह्मचर्यं विधिश्च
This section of the Upanishad, which is started with the mantra Yata Sudiptat Pavakat Vispulingaha. The first mantra, and in the second mantra, Divyo Yamurtaf Purushaha. Important mantra. That Purusha, that Brahma, is the Karanam. Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam for this Karya Jagat. The Upanishad calls it by the name Purusha. Therefore, in the other succeeding mantra, Tasmat, Tasmat, it means Tasmat Purushat. Tasmat Purusha, from that Purusha, Akshara, Aksharat Purushat. Upanishad uses the word Akshara or the word Purusha. From the Akshara Purushat, Samidha is Agnihi. Tasmat Purushat Agnihi Dyulokaha. Dyulokaha is born. From that Soma is born. From that Parjanya is born. From that Parjanya means rain, Vrishti. From that Oshadayaha Sambhavanti. Then that Oshadaya becomes the Annam for the Purusha, that is Manushyaha, that female, that male beings. Then that converts into the seed for multiplication, and that through female it is multiplied. Then from that Purusha, Aksharat Purusha, Sama, Veda, Yajurveda, all the other Vedas, then all the spiritual disciplines, the Veda consisting of the Yaga, the Karma, Yajnaha, Kratavaha, then all the Anga of the Yajna, Dakshina, etc., Kala, Samvatsara, Yajamana, and the Loka, which the Yajamana does, for which the Yajamana does, the Loka, that is the experience, or the Loka, the place, Surga Loka, etc., which he wants to gain. For that purpose, it conducts the Yajna, and that Loka is gainable by the Krishna Gati or Shukla Gati. Somo yatra pavate yatra suryaha iti pitraloka or surgaloka ityadi. Then from that Akshara Purushat alone, Devaha, Bagudaha, Baguda, Devaha, Baguda Samprasutaha, all the Devas, then all the Sadhyaha also means Devaha only. Then Manushyaha, human beings, then Pashavaha, Pakshi, Pashavaha, animals, Vayamsi, Pakshinaha, Vayamsi is, we saw it is crow, but it stands for Pakshis. Pashava is animals. Then Prana, Panav, Prana, Prana Apana stands for other prana as well as the Indriyas. Then Virihiyo Tapascha, all the grains, Virihi, Eva, etc. Then Tapascha, all the spiritual discipline, Shraddha, Satyam, Brahmacharyam. Then Vidischa, Iti Kartavyata, or the yajna has to be performed. So it means everything, all that are in the Jagat, those are mentioned. Everything has come from that Akshara Purushat. That is, the Upanishad talks about the Srishti, how the Srishti has come into existence, from what it has come. It has come from the Akshara Purusha, Brahmanaha, Sarve Samprasutaha. This, the Srishti, which consists of so many these things, they all come from the Brahma. So Brahma is the Karanam, and this Jagat is the Karyam. Karana Gunaha Karye Anuvartante, and Karyam Karanam Vina Nabhavati. So this Karya exists because of Karanam. It doesn't have separate existence apart from Karanam, Karana Brahma. Therefore, to know the Karyam, which is in the form of this, so many these things, many things. The Jagat consists of many things, the plurality. Therefore, to know the Jagat, to know the Karyam, you know the Karanam. Knowing the Karanam is knowing the Karyam. Karanam is Ekam, and Karyas are many. Aneka Karyani kintu Karanam Ekam eva. So, Eka Jnanena Aneka Jnanam Bhavati. Karana Jnanena Karya Jnanam. Karanam being Ekam, Brahma. Brahma is the Karanam. Therefore, Brahma Jnanena, this Karya Jnanam, this Jagat Jnanam, Siddhyati. So, therefore, this Jagat, which is a Karya, not separate from Brahma, therefore, you can connect to the question what Shaunaka asked in the first section of the first Mundaka. Kasminnu Bhagava Vijñate Sarvamidam Vijñatam Bhavati. Knowing what everything is known. Knowing Brahma, everything is known. Because Brahma alone manifests the form of this various things and beings, in the form of the Vedas, in the form of the yajnas which are talked about in the Veda, and in the Shraddha, Satyam, Tapaha. Tapaha is the spiritual discipline one has to undertake to qualify oneself for performing the yajna, the tapas, or the tapas, as Bhashyakara says, the tapas is Swatantram cha palasadhanam. Tapas, that is that tapas itself, tapas in the form of the upasana, etc. They produces a particular a palam, a result that takes a person to certain lokas. Or tapas can be defined as karmangam, karmanga purusha samskara lakshanam. Tapas can be defined as that by which a person qualifies oneself for performing certain karma, certain ritual. And Shraddha is required. Shraddha, again, what the Shastram reveals. Shastram being a pramanam, which has come from Ishvara. Therefore, Shastram, the Vedas are Ishvara. What the Shastram reveals, it cannot be revealed by other means of knowledge. Therefore, Shastre Pramanya Buddhi. that is called Shraddha. Then Satyam, sticking to the value. Satyam is speaking the truth, the truth. It stands for other values also, Ahimsa, etc. As Bhagavan Krishna says in the 13th chapter, all the 20 spiritual disciplines, Amanittam, Adambittam, Ahimsa, Kshanti, Rajyavam. So all those can be brought in. Those and Brahmacharyam. Brahmacharyam is the capacity of the person, as we saw, to dedicate oneself to the exclusive pursuit of the study of Shastram, that is Brahmacharyam. Or it can be defined as the complete abstinence, Brahmacharyam. Then Vidischa, Vidhi is iti kartavyata. This is how the steps, the procedure, iti kartavyata, how it should be done, what are the things to be followed. Iti kartavyata. Everything has come from this Akshara Purusha. So all these are the Karya, and the Karanam is Brahma. Therefore, this mantra which we saw in the last class, Tasmat Purushat, Akshara Purushat, Karmanga Bhutaha, Devaha, then Sadhyaha, Deva Visheshaha, Manushyaha, those who are Adhikritaha, qualified to perform the yajna. Brahmanaha ityartaha, we saw. Then Pashavaha, Gramyaranyaha, domesticated or wild animals, Vayamsi, Pakshinaha. Then Prana, Pranav, Prana, Apana stands for other prana as well as the Indriyas. And Vrihi Yava, all these are Vrihi Yava stands for these are the havis which are offered into the Agni. Then Karmanga Bhuta Tapaha, Aswatantram cha Palasadanam, Tapaha, independently, it is the means for giving certain experience, certain loka. Shraddha, Astikya Buddhiki Shraddha, Satyam, Andrita Varjanam, Yatha Bhutata Vachanam, Cha Apidakaram. No Pida means Ahimsa, as it should be told. Sticking to truth, following the value system, Satyam. Brahmacharyam, Maituna Samacharaha, that Brahmacharyam, avoiding this Maituna. Maituna, it can be, Shastram says, this Maituna, this Maitunam, that is this sense pursuit, that is the attraction between a male and a female, that is called Maitunam. Brahmacharyam is Maituna Samacharaha, is that disciplined life, refraining oneself being carried over by the sensual attractions. And Shastram says there are 8 ways that an attraction is possible. Darshanam, or Sparsham, or Kirtan, Keli, Gughya Bhashanam, Sankalpa, Adyavasaya, and Kriya Nivritti. Darshanam is looking at the person of the opposite gender with a desire, with a lustful attitude. That is Darshanam. The Sparsha, the desire to touch, the embrace. Kirtanam is praising the qualities of the person, his or her qualities. Then Keli, this sporting. Gughya Bhashanam, talking privately. Sankalpa, that thought, the provoking thought, lustful thought. Adhyavasaya, the strong desire for that, the strong desire for that, for the opposite gender. Then kriya, then that enjoyment. All these are this 8. They say ashtavidha, ashtavidha, that achara. The conduct is possible. Therefore, refraining from all this called brahmacharya. Even at the thought level, if it is there, then it is considered to be a fault at the level of the fault. Even at the thought level, it is considered to be a slippage, a slip from the brahmacharya. This is the general definition, but as we saw, Puja Swamiji gives a beautiful definition: refraining from other unnecessary pursuit. It can take away your focus, your commitment. So therefore, we say disciplining the sense organs. It's a beautiful definition. Disciplining the sense organs, refraining the sense organs from taking you away from the committed pursuit. That is called brahmacharyam. Therefore, we say study of Shastram. So this Ashtamaithunam is one definition, one meaning we can take, or the commitment to the study of Shastram. That is called brahmacharya. Then vidischa, iti kartavyata. This is how it should be done. What should be done? That yajna, etc. The procedures are there. Like we have Shodasha Puja, it means the 16 steps are involved in doing the puja. So iti kartavyata. That how it should be done, in what manner the karma, the ritual should be done. All these are born from that Akshara Purusha. The Vedas, we know, it is divided into Samhita, Brahmana, Aranyaka, and the Vedanta. The Brahmana portion of the Veda talks about the procedural rituals. Samhita contains a mantra. So, vidischa, that is vidhi, iti kartavyata. The Purva Mimamsa, who are committed to the performance of the karma, they talk about this kartavyata, iti kartavyata. Kartavya prakaram, katam bhavati iti. Iti kartavyam. Kartavyam prakaram, tasya bhavaha iti kartavyata. How it should be, how the yajnas should be done. The procedural rituals to be followed. All these are born from the Akshara Purusha. All these are the karya. So here the Upanishad mentions so many karyas, so many products of varieties of products of that Ekam Brahma Akshara Purusha. Further it continues. So the Srishti Prakaranam, it's not yet over. It further continues. The idea is everything is born of Ishvara. Everything is born of Ishvara, therefore everything is Ishvara. Sarvam khalu idam Brahma. What is here is Ishvara. Ishvara alone manifests in the form of all these things. So, where the idea or the tatparyam is not to discuss about the karyam. All the karyams are all incidental mentioning. They are incidental. Tatparyam is that everything is Bhagavan. Everything has come from Bhagavan. So knowing Bhagavan, you know everything. So instead of trying to or attempting to know everything, that is not possible because so many things are there. Therefore, know that one thing by which everything is as well known. So the idea is know that Ishvara, know that Bhagavan, know that Brahma, Ekam Brahma. all the karyam being mithya, the karanam Brahma being satyam. So Brahma jnanena, karana Brahma jnanena, karana jnanena, atma jnanena, karya jnanam bhavati, and that this jagat which has come from Bhagavan is Bhagavan, and I myself, I the individual, as part of the jagat, I also not a part of Bhagavan, I am also Ishvara. That is the idea. So for that, the Upanishad mentions these things, a list of things, to say that everything has come from Brahma. The Upanishad presents the many things. The plurality of the Jagat, the Upanishad presents. Tatparyam is not to show the plurality. The Tatparyam to show that the Ekakaranam Brahma. That is the idea. We will read the next the mantra. Sapta prana prabhavanti tasmat.
Sapta prana prabhavanti tasmat.
Saptarchishas samidas sapta homah.
Saptarchishas samita sapta homa.
Saptaime loka yeshu charanti pranaha.
Saptaime lokayeshu charanti pranaha.
Guhashaya nihita sapta sapta.
Guhashaya nihita sapta sapta.
As I said, the Upanishad continues the description of the manifestation of this Purusha in a poetic way. It presents here. Sapta pranaha. Sapta pranaha means 7, the prana. Are there 7 prana or 5 prana? Pancha pranaha veno. Prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana iti. Here sapta pranaha it says sapta prana, 7 pranas. It talks about 7 prana. What are the 7 prana? Here the word pranaha means indriyani. How do we know it is indriyani? Only from the Bhashyam we know. Indriyas, they function. Indriyas are all operated, they are all energized, they are all activated by the prana. Without prana, no action, no activity is possible. You cannot lift your hand without prana. There cannot be any movement, any walking without prana. So therefore, prana here, that which makes or that which are responsible for the functional aspects of the indriya. So pranaha here means pranaha referring to the indriya. Here, not even the indriya, the locus of the indriya. So indriya or indriya, that locus. So you can take it as the indriya, sense organs, because sense organs are located in the golaka. So 7 sense organs are there. How 7 sense organs? We know only the Pancha Jnanendriyani, how it is 7. The 7 sense organs are, all the 7 sense organs are located in the very face itself. Dve shrotre, dve chakrushi, dve grane, eka vak, iti shirasi stitani sapta indriyani. 2 eyes, to that nose, right nostril, left nostril, 2 ears, then eka vak, mouth is one speech, but that speech organ. All these are shirasi stitani, they are located in the head of a person. Therefore, sapta Saptendriyani, Sapta Indriyani. So these are the 7 sense organs which are located in the mukha face of a person, and they are located in the golaka. Golaka means the aperture, the receptacle, the place where it is located. It's called golaka. And in those sense organs are the saptarchishas samidaha. Sapta pranaha prabhavanti tasmat saptarchishaha samidaha. Sapta archishaha, then samidaha, archishaha. Saptar 7 archish means flames. Archish shabda. So prana meaning sense organs. Tasmat prabhavanti pranaha. That saptendriya, sapta indriyani, they are born from that purusha. Then sapta archishaha, that 7 archish means flames, 7-fold, 7 flames. It means a 7-fold manifestation of that chit abhasa, chidabhasa. What is chidabhasa? Chit is chaitanya. The chit which is reflected in the, or which manifests in the antakaranam, it's called chit abhasa. All the sense organs, they are backed up by the mind, the antakaranam. Without mind, they are not operative. The ears, the 2 ears, the eyes, the nostril, the mouth, all these 7, they function. They are located. They which are located in the respective golaka, the aperture. They function. They function because there is the mind, the antakaranam. Antakaranam is jada. How can antakaranam make it function? And in the antakaranam only, this chit, the chaitanyam manifest, chidabhasa. Therefore, this sapta archisha, there are 7 flames. That is 7-fold manifestation of this chit abhasa, chidabhasa. And they are like the fuel. That is why the word samidaha is used. 7-fold manifestation of this chidabhasa through these sapta indriya, for which there are 7 types of fuel. Sapta samidaha. 7 sense organs are there. Each sense organ perform a specific the function. Eyes see, ears hear, nose smell, then the vak, the speech organ, or the taste organ, taste. So they perform different function, 7 sense organs, and the sense vishayas, the indriya vishaya, they are the samida, they are the fuel. 7 types of sense objects are there. 7 types of sense objects are sensed by these 7 types of sense organs, and for which the fuel are the 7 types of sense objects, and the 7 types of flames, 7 types of the flame saptarchisha is this the 7-fold manifestation of chidabhasa in this respective sense organs. So you have to imagine this is like a homa, a ritual. In the ritual, this into the sense organs, the sense objects are offered, and in the agni, in the homa, there is agni. In the agni kunda, agni is that the flames are there. What are the flames? The chidabhasa is a flame. Therefore, there are 7 types of, or sapta homa, 7 types of homa, Homa is a ritual. Any homa, avaganti homa, any homa if you take, any homa will have the Agni Kunda will be there, Agni will be there, and the oblations which are offered into the Agni. So it is compared to that homa, yet in the body that homa is happening. The homa is compared to the function of the sense organs. Therefore, 7 homas, 7 types of homa are happening for every sense perception. When you see an object, that's a homa. When you see a vriksha, a tree is there. You see a tree. A tree is the sense object. It is the samit, which is offered into the chakshur indriya, and it is ignited. The fuel is this chidabhasa is a fuel. So when you see an object, the corresponding vritti is formed with the chidabhasa, and the chidabhasa, that is the fuel because of which the knowledge takes place. So therefore here the function of the prana, that is the indriya, it is the working, the function is looked upon as a homa. Therefore, sapta pranaha sambhavanti, the 7 sense organs are born, and sapta archisha, the 7 sense objects are born, and for which the samid, the fuel, the samid are the sense objects, and archish is the chidabhasa. Sapta samidaha, that is sense vishayas are born, and the saptarchisha, the 7-fold manifestation of chidabhasa, because of which the perception of the object, the samit, the sense objects takes place, and therefore there are 7 types of the homa, sapta homaha, 7 oblations. That is, homa here stands for 7 oblations, means that knowledge, perception knowledge, the sensory knowledge takes place. That is a homa. That is a homa which the sapta pranaha conducts. Every day it conducts. In every perception, this homa is happening. It's a figurative, it's a poetic way of presenting. How the sense organs function or interact with this, the world, how it perceives the sense object, how the sensory knowledge takes place. These are looked upon like a homa. Sapta homaha, the sensory, 7-fold sensory knowledges takes place. Then saptaime lokaha, the lokaha, lokyate, here lokaha is the golaka, the physical seat of the sense organs. Saptaime lokaha, the aperture, the physical seat of the is sapta pranaha, the 7-fold sense organs. Sapta golakaha iti. Sapta golakaha yeshu charanti pranaha. Prana moves about in this 7 loka, that is golakas. The pranas, they move about. Prana is that which makes everything functional, without which it cannot function. Prana is a part of the Sukshma Sharira. Indriyas are part of the Sukshma Sharira. And Indriyas are located in the Loka, the Golaka. And Golaka belongs to Stula Sharira. When Sukshma Sharira is not there, Stula Sharira is non-functional. So, what make the Stula Sharira function is this prana. And therefore, this prana move around this Sapta Lokaha, that is Golaka. Golaka means the aperture, the place where the Indriyas, or through which the Indriyas operate. Physical eyes is a Golaka, that which make the eye see, the indriya behind that. That is called indriya, chakshurindriya. The physical eye is a golaka. It is just an aperture. That which makes the eye see, it is the chakshurindriya. Similarly, that which makes the ear, that is shrotrendriya. Similarly, for other sense organs. Beyond these, those sense organs and prana belong to Sukshma Sharira. So, the prana which they move about, they operate. Yeshu charanti pranaha. These pranas are Gugashayaha Nihita Sapta Sapta. These pranas are Nihitaha. They are placed. They are placed in the respective places. Sapta Sapta, Sapta Sapta in each seven. In each seven, these pranas are placed. Gugashayaha. Gugashayaha means Gugayam. It is shete. It is Gugha is Hridaya Gugha. Here we can take it as this Buddhi. Gugashaya. Gugha is Hridaya Gugha. Shete. Gugayam. Gugashayaha. Charati. Gugayam. Gugashayaha. Nigitaha. These are placed in the, or these move about and they resolve into the buddhi. Resolve into the buddhi. So, therefore, these indriyas, etc., all these are born from that Brahma, Tasmat, Purushat, Aksharat, these seven sense organs, which are called here prana, and they are illumined, they are ignited, they are made known by the sevenfold flames, which are called Jidabhasa, and the Indriya Vishaya, the objects, they are the samit, they are the fuel. And therefore, there are sevenfold perceptual, the sensory knowledge, which are called Homa. And this sevenfold knowledge, and within this sevenfold aperture, through which the sense organ operate. And the sense organs into the prana which move around. And the sense organs are located in the Guhashayam. They are located in the heart, Guhashayam. Nigitaha. Nigitaha, they are placed. Nigitaha is, it is placed. By whom? By Bhagavan. So, the sense organs are placed. Guhashayam. Nigitaha, they are placed by Bhagavan. In every human being, it is placed. It is placed by Nigitaha. It is placed. It means that who has done that? Who has placed Bhagavan only? It means all these are given. All these are the given, and the giver is Bhagavan. So when you enjoy a thing, when you have a thing, when you enjoy a thing, that is given to you. This body is given to you. The body with all these sensory organs and the functional capabilities, the capacities, everything is given to you. So, since everything is given, there must be the giver. And who is the giver? The giver is Bhagavan. So, Ishvarena Gughashayaha Sapta Sapta 7 it is Nigitaha, it is placed in each and every human being. That which is the abode, that is sensor, for which the sense organs, whose abode, whose is the Antakaranam, in the Antakaranam, the sense organs whose abode is the Antakaranam, they are placed in each and every human being in 7, Sapta Sapta. It is placed in groups of 7. iti the function of the indriyas, the function of the perceptual knowledge in each individual, it is presented in the poetic way. So there is a triad is given. 7 sapta indriya, that is sapta pranaha, then there are sapta rachishaha, then sapta omaha. So the entire movement, that entire movement is because of the Purusha, because of the Purusha, and he has placed Hitaha. All these are placed properly by the Bhagavan. These things are given, and the giver is Bhagavan, and there is an order in their function, there is order in their position. So everything is done by or given by Bhagavan, so that whom it is given, he enjoys all these faculties. He enjoys all the fact. He didn't create. The jiva did not create. The jivas are given. The jivas are the given, and don't forget the giver. The giver is Ishvara. Jiva cannot create anything. Even the capacity to create is given. Even the capacity to create or invent a thing is given. So behind every given thing, there is a giver. And that from that giver only everything has this come. That is the idea. That is what here Upanishad presents in a poetic way. We will read the Vashyam now. Kincha
Kincha
Sapta Shirshanyah
Sapta Shirshanyah
Pranaha
Pranaha
Tasmateva Purushat Prabhavanti.
Tasmad eva Purushat Prabhavanti.
So Shirshanyah means Shisha, Shiras. Sapta Pranaha is Sapta Pranaha Shirshanyah. When they are located in the head, what are those 7 pranas located in the head? That is Shirshanyah. The word tells that they are the Indriya. Shirasi Bhavaha Shirsha. Shirasi Bhavaha Shirshan. So they are located in the Shiras, in the face. The word prana, generally it is used for the Pancha Prana, the Mukhya Prana. But here it is referred to the organs, the sense organs, because the organs are activated by the prana. Therefore, in a secondary sense, the word prana here means indriyas. And these indriyas are tasmat eva purusha. From that purusha alone are born. The 7 pranas are born from that purusha. Maya sagita brahmanaha sapta pranaha prabhavanti. And these prana, what are those prana? Dve shrotre, dve chakshushi, dve grane, eka vag. Sarvani shirasi stitani, sapta indriyani. Te ukta purushat prabhavanti. From the purusha, it has come. From the purusha, it has come. Tesham cha
Tesham cha
sapta archishaha deeptayaha
Sapta Archishaha Diptayaha
swavishaya avadyotanani.
Svavishaya Avadyotanani.
So sapta archishaha, archish shabda, archish shakaranta shabda, 7 flames. They are also born from Ishvara. Deeptayaha. Sapta archishaha. Archishaha is equal to Deeptayaha. Flames. Deepte, Jyoti. Flames. Deeptayaha. And they are Swavishaya Avadyotanani. Archishish Napumsakalinga. Therefore, Svavishaya avadyotanani, which does the job of Svavishaya, one's own Vishaya. One's own Vishaya is Indriya Vishaya. Each organ is meant for specific sensory perception. It is meant for specific sensory perception of a specific sensory object. Eyes for seeing, ears for hearing the sound, eyes for recognizing the rupa, or the form, the color of the form. So it has got Svavishaya. Svavishaya avadyotana. Dyotana is illumination, lighting, knowing, knowledge. So each sense organs, they are meant for the purpose of illumining their own Vishaya, the objects. So therefore this can be looked upon. This can be looked upon as a vessel having 7 holes. A vessel having 7 holes, and there is a pot. You can take it as a pot. A pot is there. Inside the pot, there is a jyoti, and there are 7 holes in the pot. Through the 7 holes, the light emits from the pot. So, similarly here, the 7 holes are there, and from the hole, the light of perception emits through the aperture, through the golaka. This idea is only presented in the Dakshinamurti Stotram. Nana Chidrakato Darastita Maha Deepa Prabhabhaswaram Jnanam Yasyatu Chakshuradi Karana Dvara Bhagispandate. Chakshuradi Karana Dvara Bhagihi Spandate. Through the Indriyas, Chakshuradi, etc. The light, that is, the light, the sense organs, they emit light. Light means knowledge. They perform the function of lighting up the object. So, as the hole in the pot emits the light, similarly, the sense organs, Svavishaya Dyotanani, illumines the object, illumines their own object, respective object, each sense organ. How that illumines? That illumination because of Chidabhasa. Indriyas are Jada. Antakaranam also is Jada only. Because there is a Chit Abhasa. Chit is there, and that Chit Abhasa, that reflection of the Chaitanyam in the Antakaranam, which alone, the form of the light, emits through the sense organ and perceives the sense object. So, therefore, the flame is Chidabhasa. The flame is compared to the Chidabhasa, the manifestation of Chidabhasa in every sense organ. The manifestation of the Chidabhasa through the sense organ, that alone envelops the object. That alone envelops the object of perception, and the corresponding vritti takes place in the antakaranam, which is illumined, and therefore the knowledge takes place. This is how the knowledge takes place. We have discussed at some other point this, and this is discussed elaborately in Panchadashi also. How a knowledge takes place, how any knowledge takes place. That vritti through the sense organ, they go outside and envelops the object. It's called Vyapti Vritti and Pala. That is, first is enveloping the object, then that object is reflected in the mind, then the knowledge takes place. That is how the knowledge takes place. So, therefore, the Chidabhasa, which are the Sapta, because 7 sense organs, therefore, for which the flames are this Chidabhasa. Then the next line. Tata Sapta Samidaha.
तथा सप्तसमिधः
Sapta Vishayaha.
सप्तविषयाः
Vishayaihi samidhyante pranaha.
Vishayaihi samidhyante pranaha.
Similarly, tata sapta samidaha. Samid is the samid, the firewood, the twigs. Sapta vishayaha, the sevenfold sense objects, they are the samid. They are the samid. And the sense object is perceived by the sense organ through Chidabhasa. Then that sense object, the sense objects are like the fuel which are offered into the Homakunda, and the Homakunda there is a flame, the flame of Chidabhasa. So in the flame of this Chidabhasa, the sense objects are ignited. Why these Vishayas are called Samid? Because Vishayaihi hi Samidyante pranaha. The Vishayas are Samidyante, they are kindled. Sense organs are kindled. Sense organs are kindled by sense objects. Vishayaihi, by sense objects only. Pranaha samidyante. Pranaha is this indriyani. Indriyani samidyante. Indriyas are kindled. Indriyas are kindled. That kindling, when you offer into the Agni, that is called the kindling. So samidyante, igniting. The sense organs are kindled. They are induced. They are made to act by what? By the sense object. When you offer the fuel into the Agni burns. It burns further well. So the prana into which the Vishayas are offered. So therefore the Vishayas are compared to the fuel, samit. So by which the pranas are kindled. So pranaha samidyante Vishayaihi karmani prayoga. Pranaha, that indriyani, samyak idyante. Samit, the word also it comes from. Probably comes from the word indana. Indana is fuel with some upasarga. Samyak, that indanam. Indanam means fuel. So the Vishayas are the samit. So as in the Homakunda, it is that Agni is fueled by the samit. Here also the samit are the Vishayas. They are the Vishayas are the samit, and they kindle the prana, the indriyas. It's a poetic way of presentation. So therefore, what it means to say is, indriyas are given, indriya Vishayas are given, and the perception of the indriya Vishaya by the indriyas, that faculty also given. So everything is given by Bhagavan. So Ishvara alone is responsible for all the sensory perception. So all the sensory perceptions, the sensory transaction, the vyapara, it is made possible because of him, who? That Ishvara. Then the next line, Sapta Homaha.
Sapta Homaha.
Tad Vishaya Vijnanani.
Tad Vishaya Vijnanani.
Yadasya Vijnanam Tajjuhoti iti Shrutyantarat.
Yadasya vijnanam tajjuhoti iti shrutyantarat.
Sapta Homaha, the 7 Homa, the oblations, offering of oblations into the Agni, that is called the Homa. Homa involves the oblation into the Agni in the Homa Kunda. So, Sapta Homaha Tad Vishaya Vijnanani. Tad Vishaya Vijnanani. Vijnana, the knowledge, Vrittigyanam. Vrittigyanam in the form of the thought of those objects. The objects are offered, the thought, the Vrittigyanam. Vrittigyanam, that is the knowledge of the thought of those objects. So here the word Homaha referring to the Vrittigyanam. Homa is that physical homa, here it is compared to vritti, the jnanam. The jnanam takes place in the form of the vritti. Any jnanam, it is only in the form of vritti, the thought only. So therefore, the knowledge of the thought of those objects which are perceived by the sense organs, they are called homa, that is perceptual knowledge. Tat Vishaya Vijnanani. Vijnanam is knowledge. Tat Vishaya referring to that Prana Vishaya. That is that Indriya Vishaya. Vishaya, the object which are perceived by the that Indriyas, the knowledge of which, the knowledge of the Vishaya of the Pranas, they are referred to by the word Homa here. So therefore, every moment we are doing Homa. So a yaga, a Homa is happening every moment. Every perception is a Homa. Every knowledge, behind every knowledge, this Homa is happening. So every moment it is happening. You see something, there is a Homa. What is the Homa there? How the Homa, what is the Homa Kunda? What is a Samit? The Prana, the Indriya is the Homa Kunda. And what you see, the Rupa, the color, that is a Samid. And it is offered into the flame of this Archish of Chidabhasa. And therefore that is a Homa. That is a perception of the form or the color. Similarly, there is a Homa at the level of Shabda through the Shrotrendriya. So for that Shrotre, for that Homa, what is the Samid? The sound is the Samid, and the Indriya is the Homa Kunda, and there is the flame of Chidabhasa, and because of which the sensory knowledge, perceptual knowledge, that listening to the sound, that Homa happens. So similarly, Sparsha, the Homa of Sparsha, the sensory knowledge of perception, that sensory, that Sparsha, touch, for which the touch is a Samit, and the Indriyas are the Homa Kunda, and they are ignited by the Chidabhasa, and therefore the Sparsha Jnanam, the Homa happens. Therefore, this is at all the levels, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Through these are the 5 sensory knowledge that we gain through the sense organs, which we operate every moment. Therefore, there is Homa happening every minute, every moment it is happening. So, therefore, this Homa, and who conducts the Homa? You conduct the Homa. From where you gather the ingredients for conducting the Homa? It is all given. It is all given to you. So with that, you conduct the Homa of this perception, sensory perception, for gaining knowledge. And this is the other Shruti also corroborates it. Yadasya Vijnanam Tajjuhoti iti Shrutyantarat. Anyaha Shruti iti Shrutyantaram. Tasmat. From another Shruti also we get a corroboration, that is Yadasya Vijnanam Tajjuhoti. Whatever be is, it is, whatever be is the knowledge, the sense perception, Tajjuhoti, he offers that. This is in the Mahanarayana Upanishad. This is in the Mahanarayana Upanishad, the Upanishad which forms the 4th part of the Taittiriya Samhita, which contains all the mantra which are chanted during the puja or homa. So, in that Upanishad, there is a statement. What is the statement? Yadasya Vijnanam Tajjuhoti. The Vijnanam, the knowledge, the Vritti Jnanam, the specific knowledge, that is Vijnanam. That is what a person offers as Ahuti, oblation. So whatever the knowledge, the sense sense perception he offers. So that is, yeah, the person, he has that understanding that every moment this yajna, this homa happens. Yet asya vijnanam, referring to the vijnanam, the knowledge of the person, tat juhoti. He has the knowledge. He has the knowledge that he conducts yajna every moment, and that jugoti, the person offers the indriya vishaya into the prana, and therefore he conducts the homa every moment. Iti Shrutyantarat. Another Shruti also says the same way as this Mundaka Shruti says. Then the next line. Kincha
Kincha
sapta ime lokaha
saptaime lokaha
indriya sthanani
Indriyasthanani
yeshu charanti sancharanti pranaha.
yeshu
yeshu
charanti
charanti
sancharanti
sancharanti
pranaha.
pranaha.
Sapta ime lokaha, that the Golaka, there are sapta because sapta pranaha santi and they are located in the Golaka. They are called Loka. Loka means that the Golaka. Golaka is the anatomical part of the sense organ. They are called Golaka. Indriya sthanani. Bhashyakara says sthanam. Indriyana sthanam. Location, the place of the sense organs. The place of the sense organ, the physical location of the sense organ is called Golaka, which is referred to by the word Loka. Lokyate anubhuyate indriya vishayan. Taihi, they are called Lokaha. Yeshu, in which the pranaha charanti, the sense of pranaha here is the sense organ. Sense organs move about. So every sense organ is confined to a particular aperture, a golaka, in which it moves about. That is, it is confined to a particular sensory perception, knowledge. So there they have got a range of operation. So the sense organs move about, sancharanti. So the sense organs, that is a pranaha, move about. Move about means operate. They operate from the golakas. That is the meaning. That yeshu charanti pranaha means the sense organs operate from the locus or the location of the sense organs, from the golakas of the sense organs. Pranaha charanti. Then the next line. Pranaha
Pranaha
yeshu charanti iti
Yeshu charanti iti
prananam visheshanam idam
prananam visheshanam idam
pranapanadi nivrityartham.
pranapanadi
panadi nivrityartham.
nivrityartham.
Bhashyakara here he says that pranaha yeshu charanti, the sense organs, they move about, in which iti, he says these are the pranana visheshanam. This is a specific description of the prana in the mantra. Yeshu charanti pranaha is this is a specific visheshanam idam. Pranana visheshanam, specific description mentioning of the prana, so that you can exclude pranapana nivrityartham. Doesn't mean pranapana, vyana, udana, samana. Those pancha pranas are there, which are part of the sukshma shariram. That is exclude, for negating the possibility of considering that 5 pranas. Therefore, only the description is given by the Shruti. Pranaha yeshu charanti. The pranas, that is in the sense organs, operate, move about, operate from which? The golakas. So it is for the nivrityartham, for the removal, for the dismissal of the understanding of the pancha prana. Here it is not pancha prana. For that only Bhashyakara says here specifically. Then the next line, Gughashayam
गुहाशयां
भाषयां
Sharire Hridaye Va
शरीरे हृदये वा
एव
Svapakale Sherate Iti Gughashayaha.
स्वापकाले
स्वल्पकाले शेरति इति
इति
भाषयाः
गुहाशयाः
Sherate means sleeps. Sheing dhatu. Shete Shayate Sherate. Kutra Sherate, where does it rest? Sheing dhatu means sleep, rest. Kutra Gughashayam. So the 7 sense organs, the pranaha, the mantra, it is said Gughashayam. Gughashayam Nigita Sapta Sapta. Yeshu Charanti Pranaha Pranaha Gughashaya Pranaha Gughashayaha Nigitaha Sapta Sapta. Gughashayaha. This Gugha, what is Gugha? The Hridaya Gugha. In the cave. In the cave of what? In either in the body or Hridaya. Bhashyakara says both. Sharire Hridayeva. In the body, or to be very specific, in the Hridaya Gugha. That is the Antakaranam, the Buddhi iti. That is, in the Antakaranam, what happens? Swapakale. At the time of Swapakala, that is sleep, these Indriyas go to sleep. When the person is in sleep, the mind, deep sleep, here it is, even if you take Swapna also, even Swapakala, even if you take it as Swapnakala, Swapna only mind is active, not the Indriyas. And in deep sleep, even the mind is not operating. So, therefore, at the time of rest, whether it is deep sleep or it is dream state sleep, whether it is Sushupti or it is Swapna, this Indriyas they are resting. Where it is resting, they take rest in the Gughashaya, in the Guha. That Guha is either in the body, Sharireva, Hridayeva, in the Hridaya Guha. It is rested, or it is resolved. Resting is resolved, resolution of this prana, the Indriyas, into the Antakaranam, the mind or the Buddhi, resolves into the Buddhi. At the time of sleep, resolves into the Buddhi. So, Gughashayam Sherate, Swapakale. At the time of sleep, all these pranas, Sherate, they are resolved, they are resting, they sleep. Where? In the Hridaya, in the cave of the heart, the Hridaya Guha. During the waking state, they are operative. And during the other two states, Swapna and Sushupti Avastha, they resolve into the Antakaranam, the Buddhi. Nigitaha, the next line. Nigitaha,
निहिताः
Tapitaha,
स्थापिताः
Datra,
धात्रा
तत्र
Sapta Prati Prani Bhedam.
सप्त प्रतिप्राणिभेदम्
They are Nigitaha, they are placed. By whom? Bhashyakara says Datra. What is Datra? Datra Shabda. Dhata, Dhataro, Dhataraha. Dhatru. Dhatru means the creator by Ishvara. Dhatra, Nigita. Nigita, Stapitaha, it is Tapratya. Therefore, it is the Karta is in Pratama Vibhakti. Who is that person? Who is that person who has done this job of placing this? It is Ishvara, Dhatra, by the creator. They are Nigitaha, they are Stapitaha, they are placed. Where? Sapta Sapta Prani Vedam. In each and every individual, it is placed in the groups of 7. Sapta Sapta Prati Prani Vedam. Sapta Sapta Prati Prani Vedam. Sapta Sapta indicates in each and every, the repetition, the dipsa, the repetition means each and every, in each and every being, Prati Prani Vedam. In all the pranis, in different pranis, in each and individual prani, the being, it is placed in groups of 7 by Bhagavan Datra Ishvarena iti. Then the next line condenses the meaning of this, the mantra. Yani cha
Yani cha
atmayajinam vidusham
आत्मयाजिनां विदुषां
karmani karmapalani cha
कर्माणि
कर्माणि
कर्मफलानि च
कर्मफलानि च
avidusham cha karmani
अविदुषां च कर्माणि
tat sadhanani
साधनानि
साधनानि
karmapalani cha
कर्मफलानि
कर्मफलानि
च
च
sarvam cha etat
सर्वं च
एतत्
एतत्
parasmat eva purushat
परस्मादेव
परस्मादेव
पुरुषात्
पुरुषात्
sarvajnat
सर्वज्ञात्
prasutam iti prakaranartha.
प्रसूतम् इति
इति
प्रकरणार्थः
प्रकरणार्थः.
Yes, this we have to discuss a little. We'll see this part in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
धन्यवाद ईश्वरन जी
धन्यवादः गुरुजी.
धन्यवादः जी.
I'll send the link in 5 minutes.
धन्यवादः.